There are major changes on the way. BTS will have a serious talk about their future as a group. Jin admits it's his fault fans can't get tickets to his solo concerts. And is BigHit preparing to replace BTS with a new boy group? Stay tuned to learn more. Jin admits it's his fault fans can't get tickets to his solo concerts. Jin is starting his first international concert tour. This big news has fans all over the world super excited for what looks like it's going to be an amazing set of shows. The tour kicks off on June 28th in South Korea, where Jin will perform for 2 days straight. Jin's tour will have 18 shows in 9 cities around the world, including Anaheim, Dallas, Tampa, and Newark until the end of July. His last stops will be in Europe, performing in London and Amsterdam. Even though everyone is thrilled, getting tickets hasn't been easy. Right after the tickets were available, a fan shared that over 50,000 people were waiting online to buy tickets. This led to some fans on Weverse suggesting that maybe bigger venues would be better to fit everyone who wants to come. Jin replied with a mix of humor and honesty, admitting he planned the tour quickly, which limited his venue options, and he confirmed that there wouldn't be any extra shows added. He also acknowledged his planning mistakes when a fan shared frustration about being way back in line for tickets. Fans really appreciated how Jin was upfront and funny when talking about these ticket issues. As Jin gets ready to bring his music to fans across the globe, the excitement and connection he's building suggests this tour is going to be a huge part of his career. He's really focused on making sure everything goes well, shown by how well he planned the timing of his album and tour announcements. This tour isn't just a bunch of concerts. With fans looking forward to the BTS reunion tour, Jin's current solo tour is like a sneak peek of what each member can do on their own and keeps everyone excited about the group's future. J-Hope drops a bombshell. BTS is preparing for a serious talk about their future as a group. J-Hope recently had a long and honest conversation with Zane Lowe on Apple Music. In this interview, he spoke about his solo career, his time in South Korea's military, and what he thinks is next for BTS. The talk gave fans a deeper understanding of how he's been growing, both personally and as an artist. The first topic they talked about was J-Hope's solo career. He explained that his first solo album, Jack in the Box, marked a big change for him musically. He said that in the past, his music was all about giving off positive energy and keeping things upbeat. But with this album, he wanted to do something more serious and intense. He believed the album reflected the goals he had for himself and the deeper emotions he was feeling at the time. He made it clear that this project wasn't just about catchy songs, it was about challenging himself creatively. He shared that the name Jack in the Box wasn't just a cool title, but something that represented how he had been feeling. He felt like he had been stuck in a box for a long time, maybe because of people's expectations or the pressures of fame. The album for him was a way to finally break out of that and show his true self. He said the songs were inspired by the music he used to listen to when he was younger, and the album included many of his personal thoughts and experiences. As the conversation moved on, they talked about his military service. In South Korea, all men must serve in the military, and J-Hope said he took that duty very seriously. He believed it was an important and natural part of life for young people in his country. He explained that it gave him a chance to step away from the busy, high-pressure world of being a celebrity and live like an everyday person. While serving, he met all kinds of people and gained a lot of new energy and life lessons from the experience. Even though he said the military gave him a lot of good things, he also admitted that being away from music for a year and a half was not easy. That time made him feel a lot of different emotions. But instead of seeing the break as something bad, it helped him realize how meaningful his music really is to him. Even while he was in the military, he said he never stopped loving music deep down. Later in the interview, J-Hope shared his thoughts on the future of BTS. He said that when the members started working on their solo careers, it gave each of them a chance to figure out who they really were as individuals. He believed that wasn't a bad thing, but something that helped them grow. He felt that by the time they come back together as a group, each member will be bringing something new and special to the table. He thought this would make BTS even stronger than before. He also said that once the other members finish their military service, expected to happen by June 2025, they plan to meet soon after and talk seriously about their future as a group. He was excited about this and said he felt there would be a strong energy between them. He mentioned that during his solo tour, he saw just how much love and excitement fans still have, so he's expecting a huge reaction when BTS performs together again. This interview wasn't just about new songs or updates on his schedule. It was about how J-Hope is changing and learning as a person and a performer. It gave fans a rare look into how someone with worldwide fame thinks about purpose, identity, and teamwork. He showed that even with all his success, he's still growing, still learning, and still excited about the future. There are major changes on the way. In the interview, J-Hope also talked about what the group has planned after they finish their military service in South Korea. While speaking with host Zane Lowe, he explained how the members are thinking about the future and how they plan to work together again once all 7 of them are back. J-Hope said that everyone in BTS is hoping to make a comeback as soon as they complete their military duties. He explained that all 7 members are eager to return as a group and begin making new music. He made it clear that getting back together isn't just something they might do, it's something they all want to happen. When Zane Lowe asked what kind of music BTS might create after reuniting, J-Hope said they haven't chosen a specific concept or style yet. He believed that once they start talking as a group, they'll figure out a plan based on what they all agree on. He said the music they create will come from what matters to all of them, and that the members still care about the same important things when it comes to writing songs and performing. He also talked about how their time working solo has helped each of them grow. J-Hope said that doing solo projects gave each member a chance to explore who they are and the type of music they personally enjoy. These experiences helped them understand themselves better and become more confident. Now that they've discovered their own styles, he explained, they're ready to bring everything they've learned back into BTS. He described their next chapter not as a repeat of what they've done before, but as something new, something better. J-Hope said the creativity they'll bring into their group will be more powerful this time. He used the word synergy to explain how all their different ideas will come together to create something great. J-Hope also said he had noticed how fans have been reacting to the idea of a full BTS reunion. He shared that the response so far has been very strong. He didn't give exact numbers, but he seemed very confident that fans are excited. He said that when the 7 members finally perform together again, the reaction from fans will be huge. Even though there are no official dates or tour announcements yet, J-Hope made it clear that BTS is serious about making a strong comeback. The group is currently waiting for every member to finish their military service, which should happen by mid-2025. After that, they'll begin talking in detail about their next steps and what kind of music they want to release. The interview showed fans a clear picture of what BTS is working toward. It also showed that even though the members have spent time focusing on themselves, their connection as a group is still strong. J-Hope wanted people to understand that BTS still has goals as a team, and they're getting ready to act on those goals soon. BTS will be building something new. As BTS gets ready to celebrate 10 years since the release of their important The Most Beautiful Moment in Life series, the group is planning something special. They will be releasing a new album and holding a major event to look back on everything they've accomplished. HYBE's chairman, Bang PD, confirmed this and explained that this wasn't just a marketing idea. It was a promise the group made a long time ago, both to their fans and to each other. The original series came out in 3 parts between 2015 and 2016 and was a huge moment in BTS's career. It helped them grow not only in popularity, but also in how they expressed themselves through music. The last part of the trilogy, called Young Forever, showed that BTS was no longer just another K-pop group. They were starting to become real artists with something unique to say. In 2025, the group and the producers who helped shape that era will be getting back together to revisit those memories. The idea isn't just to remake music, but to reconnect with the feelings and growth that came with it. A big part of BTS's story has already been shared in the book called Beyond the Story, 10-Year Record of BTS, which came out in 2023. It was written by Kang Myung-seok, who worked closely with the members to tell their story. The book has 7 chapters and has been translated into many different languages. It talks about the tough parts of being in BTS, things like stress, loneliness, and the constant pressure of fame. The interviews in the book were done without any cameras or styling, which let the members speak more honestly. They talked about how hard it was during their trainee years, how online hate affected them, and how being famous sometimes made them feel disconnected from real life. But BTS hasn't just made waves in music. They've had an impact in many areas around the world. In 2022, they were invited to the White House, where they stood next to President Joe Biden to speak about the rise in hate crimes against Asians. They used that moment to promote messages about inclusion and respect. That same year, they worked with UNESCO in Paris on a digital art project that let people experience BTS's story through technology and virtual reality. Throughout their career, BTS has earned a lot of global recognition. They've been on the cover of Time magazine several times. One feature called them Entertainer of the Year, and another focused on the business success of HYBE, the company behind BTS. They were also the first Korean act to get nominated for a Grammy Award. Even though they didn't win, the nominations helped break down barriers for non-English-speaking musicians in the global music world. Their live performances have also made history. During their Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour, BTS played in giant stadiums in cities around the world, including Seoul, Paris, London, and Los Angeles. Millions of fans watched in person or online, making it one of the biggest events in K-pop history. BTS's journey isn't just about trophies and headlines. It's also a story about facing hard times, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. The group started out at a small company and was often overlooked, but they kept working hard and slowly made their way to the top of the global music scene. Along the way, they turned their pain, struggles, and dreams into music that reached people all over the world. The reunion in 2025 won't just be about looking back, it will also be a chance for BTS to move forward. Bang PD said the group will be building something new, shaped by everything they've experienced as solo artists and individuals. As they get ready for this next step, BTS continues to show that their story is still being written. The last 10 years have been full of challenges, changes, and growth, but they're not done yet. What comes next might be even more powerful than what came before. BigHit is set to launch a new boy group. BigHit, the music label under HYBE that helped launch famous groups like BTS and Tomorrow X Together, TXT, has shared plans to debut a new boy group later in 2025. The announcement came along with the company's financial update and quickly got fans talking. People in the K-pop world are already curious about what this new group will be like. According to BigHit, this group will be different from most other K-pop groups. The label explained that the new members won't just be performing, they'll also be creating. They described the group as a next-generation creator crew and said the members will be directly involved in many areas. This includes writing their own songs, making their own choreography, and helping produce their music videos. The company said that the group is being built around the idea of self-expression and creativity. BigHit also said the members of this upcoming group have already started showing their skills. They shared that the trainees helped work on music and performances for other HYBE artists last year. This means the future idols already have real experience in music production and stage performance. Still, the company hasn't shared the group's name, how many people will be in it, or what kind of music they'll make. This mystery has only made fans more excited, and people online are already making guesses and sharing their hopes. At the same time, HYBE also reported how well they've been doing financially. In just the first few months of 2025, the company earned $349 million. That's a big jump from what they made during the same time the year before. HYBE said this growth came from things like online content, album sales, concerts, and merchandise. It's a sign that their business is strong and still growing. Even though BigHit hasn't posted any official videos or teasers, the news alone has been enough to grab attention. Fans have already started talking about possible themes for the new group, and some wonder if they'll be connected to other HYBE artists in some way. Because BigHit has a reputation for launching successful groups with strong concepts and global popularity, people are expecting something big. This new group might represent more than just another K-pop debut. It could be part of a bigger change in how idols are trained and introduced. In the past, many K-pop groups followed strict plans made by their companies. But now, more artists are taking control of their own image and music. BigHit seems to be supporting this idea by letting these new artists help shape their own careers from the beginning. While fans wait to learn more, like the group's name, what they look like, and when they'll actually debut, it seems clear that HYBE isn't just trying to create short-term excitement. Instead, they're focusing on building a group with long-lasting creativity and influence. If everything goes as planned, this new boy group won't just perform music. They'll help change what it means to be a K-pop group in the future. The untold story of BTS. BTS may be known for their powerful performances and global fame, but the journey that brought them there wasn't easy. Behind the music, the awards, and the screaming crowds is a story of sacrifice, pressure, and hard choices. Their success came with a high price, and fans are now starting to understand just how much the members went through to get where they are. One of the things that recently got people talking again was a comment RM made about how they barely ate during some comeback periods. Fans picked up on what he said and started using the phrase starvation schedules to describe it. Longtime followers of the group weren't surprised. Jin also spoke about a time when he only ate chicken breast to keep his weight down for a music video shoot. These diets weren't required by the company, but the pressure to look perfect was always there. Being thin was seen as part of being an idol. BTS felt like they had to meet those expectations, especially when they were about to appear in front of cameras. Later, Jimin said he would never go to those extremes again because it was so unhealthy. RM's comment reminded fans that these struggles still stay with them. Some fans said they felt shocked hearing about it, while others said they were amazed at the discipline it took. Even though the group now focuses on healthier habits, the memories of those times are still part of who they are. Another big challenge they faced was not being allowed to date. In the K-pop industry, many young artists are told to stay single because companies think dating could hurt their image or distract them from work. BTS went through this too. RM once wondered how they were supposed to sing about love when they weren't even allowed to experience it. The group became famous for emotional songs about relationships, but much of that emotion came from guessing or imagining what love feels like. Later, the rules became less strict, and the members gained more freedom. Still, almost none of them have ever publicly talked about being in a relationship. That time in their lives, when they were supposed to be figuring out who they were and making real connections, was instead spent focusing only on their careers. Their love songs touched millions of people, but the feelings behind them didn't always come from real experiences. Even tougher than the rules was the schedule they kept. Before the fame, they trained almost non-stop. Jimin once explained that he would get just 2 hours of sleep before getting up again to practice singing and dancing. There were nights when they stayed awake until morning, only resting for an hour before starting again. Jin talked about filming a video where they had to run over and over for hours to get the right shot. Their feet hurt, their bodies ached, and they were exhausted, but they kept going. Rest wasn't encouraged. Asking for a break or saying you were tired could be seen as not trying hard enough, so they pushed through it. Now that they're older and more respected, they're able to speak up for themselves more. But back then, the pressure to always perform was constant. They pushed their bodies in ways that most teenagers never would have to, all so they could chase their dream. But the hardest part of all wasn't the rules or the schedule. It was the feeling that they had to give up everything personal to become idols. No one told them they had to, but they felt like they had no choice. V once talked about how he barely saw his parents. Even when they came to visit, he only had a few minutes to talk to them. Jungkook cried during a cooking show because he missed his mother so much. He had left home at a young age to move to Seoul and train. Suga said he stayed quiet even when he was in pain because he didn't want to hold the group back. They gave up time with family. They lost the chance to be regular teenagers. They even gave up parts of who they were to become what they needed to be. They didn't talk about this much at the time, but sometimes you could see it in behind-the-scenes videos or hear it in their songs. The reason they seem so close now, the way they help each other, laugh together, and act like brothers, is because they went through all of that together. For fans, knowing these things brings out a lot of emotions. People are proud of how far BTS has come, but it's also painful to hear what they had to go through. The extreme diets, the dating bans, the sleepless nights, and the emotional stress, they all show how different idol life is from what most people imagine. RM's comment about not eating is a reminder that even now, the past hasn't disappeared. BTS tells fans to love themselves and take care of their health, but their story proves that learning to do that isn't always easy, especially when the world is watching. Their success is incredible, but it came with scars that don't fade quickly. For some fans, hearing the truth makes their music mean even more. It shows that behind the perfect performances are real people who struggled and grew. Now that more people know the full story, there's hope that things might change. Maybe the next generation of idols won't have to go through the same extremes. Maybe companies will learn to take better care of the people they train. And maybe fans will understand that the spotlight often hides a lot of pain. BTS's journey is more than just a list of records and awards. It's a reminder that strength doesn't always look like smiling on stage. Sometimes, it looks like pushing through pain, holding on to your dream, and still being kind. Behind the shine, there's a story of real people who gave everything and found a way to keep going.